atin, ano. Ayun talaga yung importante, partner Jerome, no? Pero sa paglilibot mo, anong lugar ang masasabi mong kaaya-ayang puntahan, no, ng mga kababayan natin?
So kung pagbabasa dito, yung pinuntahan ko, I would suggest etong Surigao del Norte. Puntahan niyo yan.
Talaga?
Kasi yan, malapit na yan sa Dinagat Islands. Tsaka sa Siargao. Sa Leyte, compared, ayoko magkaroon ng comparison, pero mas maganda ang, nagagandaan ako sa Leyte.
Talaga, ang Leyte.
Sa Pinarique.
Kailangan pa i-develop ng local officials nila doon. Correct. Leyte, Tacloban, no?
Tacloban.
Anyway, ayan, mapalad tayo at napaunlakan po tayong makasama ngayong umagang ito. Thank you very much, sir, for coming and joining our program. Dr. Saburi Mortesa, Honorable Consul on Cultural Affairs, Iran Embassy. Good morning, sir.
Welcome to the program.
Good morning. Thank you very much
Good morning.
for the kind invitation.
Yeah.
And
Do
also
you
say good morning to all dear people who are watching us.
Yeah. Do you know how to speak Tagalog?
No, unfortunately.
All right.
How long have you been here in the Philippines, sir?
Yes, more than 30 years.
Wow, 30 years.
No, 30 years.
10 years.
Yeah, 30.
3 years.
So let's introduce first ourselves.
Yeah. I'm LIZA, Ed, and Jerome.
Nice to
yeah.
meet you. Nice
Yes,
to
sir.
meet you.
Sir, how do you say good morning in Farsi?
Soap bekhair.
So,
Soap means morning. Bekhair is good.
all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Your language is different from Saudi Arabia, or is just the same, or from other countries in Middle
Yes,
East?
exactly. It's different because we speak Persian.
Persian.
Or say Farsi. Farsi language.
Farsi language.
But other Arabian countries speak Arabic.
Arabic.
The
Okay.
alphabet is the same, a small difference, but the words also has a different regulations.
Iran is part of the Middle East, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. So let's talk about first your 44th anniversary. So what is your what do you call this celebration?
44th anniversary of
Yes. You know, a few days ago, we celebrated the 44th anniversary of the victory of the Islamic Revolution, which happened 1979.
Okay.
So we had a good celebration here with all dear friends from Philippines, diplomatic corps, and other peoples.
Okay.
It was a very great event.
So what is the difference between the celebration now and the other year?
You know, each year when it is passed from the revolution, we can achieve more advantages and feedbacks from all activities. So now after 44 years, we can, when we see the achievements of the revolution, we can see that it is every day and every year it is developed more and more.
Yeah.
Okay.
So how is the economics of Iran nowadays?
As you know, and maybe you follow the news, the big problems is sanctions, unjust sanctions of the USA against the people of Iran. So these sanctions, it is for more than 40 years, from early of the revolution. We faced to these sanctions, but every year they increased these sanctions and made many problems for the people, for livelihood of people.
So the sanction that you mentioned is the cause of economic slowdown of your country.
You know, today all countries should be in interaction with each other. So if they block your relation with the different banks and businessmen or companies, so you cannot do what you want to do for your developing in economic affairs. So it is, I think, acceptable that with these hard sanctions, we cannot get all money from different countries. We have a lot of money for our business and economic relations.
So you cannot ask for support for other countries, sir, right?
Sorry?
You cannot ask for support for other countries, just like...
We have a good relations with many countries, but these sanctions, you know, as a regulation imposed on the economic of Iran, make apparate peoples and companies to come and to invest in Iran, or banks is blocked for the transmission of the money. So as you know, we have, for example, we have a lot of money in South Korea.
Yeah.
But for these sanctions, they fear to give us all money, and they say we should wait to give permission to cancel.
Si Jerome, si partner Jerome, kabisado ang history niyan.
You like to go to Iran, right?
How far, sir, from here going to Iran?
Going on, Iran is very beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Very beautiful and very peaceful. Not only the Americans are telling you these things, Iran is very good.
Okay. So,
how far from here, sir, going to Iran?
Because we don't have direct flight.
Okay.
We should choose the other countries, for example, Qatar or Emirat.
So you have to pass through.
I think between 12 up to 15 hours.
Hours, wow.
Wow.
It's like US, no? 12 hours, 13 hours onwards.
And you have to pass through
Qatar, or Emirat,
or Emirat,
or Turkish, or some other countries.
Can we go there visa free? Or Philippines?
It's not so difficult.
Not so. Pwede ka mag-apply ng visa.
For a tourism.
Yes, why not? As you know, Iran is a very big country. It is more than 1,500,000 square meters.
Wow.
Square kilometers.
That's the land area.
It has a very big, and you see in the south is the Persian Gulf, in the top is the Caspian Sea. So two big sea is in the below and the up. And
you know, most Filipinos, they only think about Iran as a desert country, but they have you do have one season.
Yes.
You have winter.
No, we are in the winter. We have a snowy weather in the Tehran as a capital, but at this time you can go to the south and to swimming.
Wow.
But before we delve into tourism, sir, how is your relations to our country in terms of economics, investment, and investment?
If we refer to a little past, in the early years of the revolution, you know, we had many students here, maybe more than 30,000 Iranian students were studying here in different universities. And at the same time, I think, like this, we have good Filipinos in Iran were working there. So we had a very good relation between two countries. And many Iranian people got married with the Filipino ladies.
Yeah.
It is not only historical relation, it is blood relation also. So there are many Iranian Filipinos families now in Iran and here. So I think both nations has a good memories from each other for this kind of the relations. So Iran as a big country in the Middle East and Philippines as a very important and beautiful country in the East Asia. So they can have a good relation in the tourism, in the cultural activities, in scientific and academic affairs, as we have now, but the capability is more than this. We can increase and we can develop it more and more.
So, how much economic investment Iran has in the Philippines, sir?
The exact statistics I don't know, but I don't think it will be much, particularly for the pandemic issues, and also for that I mentioned for the sanctions. There is some problems in the way of the economic cooperation for the companies of Philippines and Iran. So I think we step by step we are going to ahead.
So what does it mean? But it seems like status quo as of the moment.
Yes, we can say.
Okay.
So there's no solution, sir? Or what do you think is the best solution for that problem?
Iran is ready for the increase and promote the economic relation and cooperation. But the private companies, they do what it is necessary for themselves, for the beneficent. So when there is a hard sanctions and they cannot transfer the money through the banks, so it makes problems.
Jerome is covering OFWs, for his career in the media. And partner, how many working OFWs we have in
But
Iran?
before that, let's talk about the sanctions. Iran is being sanctioned by another country, by the USA. But Iran has other ways of sending money and earning money.
Wow.
Because of China and other countries, specifically the BRICS nations.
How they do it?
BRICS, Iran will be part of the BRICS in the future. So no more America.
All right.
OFWs, OFW, Filipinos.
As a cultural counselor of the Embassy of Islamic Republic of Iran in Manila, my knowledge and my experience is more about the cultural and academic affairs. For the economic relations, I know maybe we can find some other solutions, but we need a regular relations, and so it needs to negotiate more and more with different aspects to find the better ways.
Sir, who is the ambassador now in Iran?
His Excellency LIZA is the ambassador of Iran.
Until now?
Yes.
Since when, sir, he started?
So, His Excellency started, I think, in April of 2020.
Okay.
Since you've been here for
before pandemic,
almost
sir?
30 years.
His Excellency came during the pandemic.
During pandemic.
But I came November of 2019. 2 or 3 months before the pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay, since you've been here for 30 years.
30 years.
30 years, yeah.
3 years.
3 years. Sorry for that. No, I thought it's 30 years. So, not too long ago, right?
No, most of this was in the pandemic, so blocked everything. So we have programs only through the virtual programs.
Mga partners, ayan, mag-commercial break muna tayo, no? At magbabalik po ang issue ng bayan, makalipas lamang po ang ilang paalala, 7:25 na po ng umaga.
That time check was brought to you by Philippine Veterans Bank, a bank with a heart for every Filipino. Isyu ng Bayan!
No, veteran daw po kayo? Ano yun?
Ibig sabihin, may karanasan at husay sa pakikipaglaban.
So si Papa veteran din. Laban daw niya ang mabigyan kami ng magandang kinabukasan.
For every Filipino fighting for a better life, there is Philippine Veterans Bank. Our forefathers fought for freedom. Now we fight for your dreams. This is Chairman Bobby De Ocampo, next generation veteran.
Paglaki ko, veteran din ako.
Philippine Veterans Bank. Generations of veteran tradition. Member PDIC and BankNet. Ngayong pandemya, alagaan ang kalusugan. Uminom ng 8 hanggang 12 baso ng tubig at regular na mag-ehersisyo. Huwag kalimutang magsuot ng face mask at face shield kung lalabas. At ipatupad ang 1 hanggang 2 metrong distancing. Isang paalala mula sa MX3. Be extraordinary with MX3.
Hi, I'm Kathy Solis, Chief Communications Officer. I love MX3. Matagal na po akong nagtitake nito, kaya mahalaga to sa akin. In my life, I really feel God's love. In my challenges, I really feel that He's always by my side. My body's the temple of the Holy Spirit, so I take care of my body by eating healthy food and doing simple exercises like walking. I'm a believer of MX3. Noon pa man, naalaga ka. I'm Kathy Solis, bilib ako sa MX3, kaya ako'y uminom ng MX3.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Come on, let's go to Isyu Jaguars. You won't regret it. Come on, let's go to Isyu Jaguars. We've got your back. Isyu Jaguars, your partner through it all. Isyu Jaguars, Isyu Jaguars, Isyu Jaguars. Let's journey together.
Visit Isuzu Gencars Makati, Isuzu Santa Rosa, Isuzu Batangas Santo Tomas, Isuzu Batangas City, Isuzu San Pablo, Isuzu Legazpi, and Isuzu Naga. Narito na ang Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Nagtatampo ng mga eksklusibong balita at impormasyon ng pagtatagumpay sa negosyo. Ang tabloid na nagbibigay ng gabay at inspirasyon sa pag-unlad at pag-asenso. Filipino Mirror, naglalaman ng mga nagbabagang balita na papanahong issue, may init na opinyon at komentaryo. Filipino Mirror, ang unang tabloid sa negosyo. Pinarangalan ng Gawad ng Lao bilang natatanging pahayagan sa 3 magkakasunod na taon at marami pang pagkilala. Kaya bumili na at magbasa ng Filipino Mirror ng umasenso sa pagnenegosyo. Ngayong pandemya, alagaan ang kalusugan. Uminom ng 8 hanggang 12 baso ng tubig at regular na mag-ehersisyo. Huwag kalimutang magsuot ng face mask at face shield kung lalabas. At ipatupad ang 1 hanggang 2 metrong distancing. Isang paalala mula sa MX3. Be extraordinary with MX3.
I'm Pastor Philip Taroja. Mahalaga sa akin ang MX3 capsule. This is my food supplement. In the midst of all the challenges, anumang pagsubok ang dumating, ako'y patuloy na sasamba sa ating mahal na Panginoon. Siya ang pag-asa ng ating buhay. Cast all your burdens on Jesus because He cares for you. Yes, physical difficulties may come. We have to take care of our bodies and choose the right foods loaded with nutrients. I'm Pastor Philip Taroja. I choose MX3. Bilib ako sa MX3, kaya ako'y umiinom ng MX3.
Mahalagang paalala, ang MX3 ay hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa anumang uri ng sakit.
Gumising sa mga bagong-bagong mga balita. Bumangon sa mga bagong-bagong impormasyon. Live, nationwide, worldwide, at netwide. IZ Umaga Balita. Pakinggan sa lahat ng DWIZ sa buong bansa hanggang sa lahat ng digital platforms ng DWIZ. Facebook at YouTube at watch it live via Free TV sa Aliw 23. IZ Umaga Balita kasama sina Hyacinth Ludivico at Jelly Mendez. IZ Umaga Balita, araw-araw 4 a.m. Papalakas ng papalakas, palinaw ng palinaw, mga balita at impormasyong naiintindihan dahil malinaw mong nalaman. Tutok lang sa DWIZ mula umaga hanggang gabi. Updated on air and online. DWIZ, nagbabalita ng tama, naglilingkod ng tama.
Isyu ng Bayan. Kasama sila LIZA Soriano at Ed Rosales Duran.
Gusto kita.
Babalik po ang issue ng bayan.
Si Benedict pala yun.
Oo nga, dito lamang po sa DWIC. At kasama pa rin po natin, partner, no? Si Dr. Saburi, no? Mortesa, ng Cultural Counselor Embassy of Islamic Republic of Iran.
Uy, batiin ko muna, Liz.
Yes,
kasi di ba
partner.
galing ang Kalbayon. Celebrity itong kaibigan natin si Ricky. Kaya sabi ko, kaya binabati ko po yung mga tagapakinig po. Hindi lang po ng show namin, pati yung show ni Ricky.
Diyan sa Calbayog
City at sa mga karatig ng mga pook diyan sa Samar at Northern Samar. Kasi malakas ang signal diyan sa kanila. At siya lang at saka isa pang station ang nakapapakinggan po diyan.
Ayan. Partner Ricky, kumusta na? Do you understand Tagalog, sir? Oo. Ano, partner Jerome, si Consul. Anyway, you've been here in the Philippines for 3 years, sir. So what can you say about the Philippines?
As a general, you have a very good countries, very good people,
Wow.
very good culture. And I enjoy it and I love it. But the big problem was during of my mission here, the pandemic.
Yeah, correct.
During of the due up to this pandemic, every place was closed. So we had to do our job around the internet and virtual programs.
Yes.
Okay.
So I couldn't go out of the
Outside.
Manila to see the beautiful islands of the Philippines.
Yeah. How about the Filipino food, sir? Do you eat our food here?
Yes, yes. Recently we had a common programs with the Adamson University.
Wow, that's your alma mater.
We studied there. That's our school.
And
We had the international food festivals there.
Wow.
during our time, we have classmates from Iran, partner.
Yeah, we have different nationalities. Yeah, Iranian, Pakistani. We even have a lot of Indians back then. Yeah.
They have 30,000 students nga daw
So,
here
give
na
us-
from different universities, sir.
Give us updates, sir, about Iranian students studying here in the Philippines, sir.
As I mentioned, our relation is a historical relation. Maybe some people say it refers to the
Yes.
13th century. But if we come to the recent time, we celebrated a few days ago the 59th anniversary of the diplomatic relation between Iran and Philippines. So if we see these 59 years, the academic and cultural cooperation was very important and
Yes.
valuable cooperation. During the revolution, we had more than 30,000 Iranian students here,
Okay.
and most of them got married here. And after that, they came back to Iran or to other countries.
With their family, no?
With their family, and now we have many Filipino-Iranian families in Iran. They are living in Iran. So step by step, we continue this academic cooperation up to now that the number of students is reduced because the capacity of the universities in Iran increased.
Yeah.
So now we have about 5 million students in Iran in different universities.
That's a huge number.
Yeah,
It's
huge number.
yeah.
So people doesn't need to go out for the universities, but still there are some students, about 100 students. Most
Okay.
of them in the course of the medical course or dentistry.
Yes,
yeah.
So they-
mostly medical course.
Medical.
How about engineering, sir? Because you mentioned Adamson University a while ago. So, what course do they take
In Iran or here?
here? And
Here we don't have many students for the engineering because most of the students prefer to study in Iran universities. So maybe around 10 or 15 students we have now here.
Why did they chose Philippines, sir?
People of Iran like the Philippines. Mostly they're kind and warm people. Philippines and we two countries as Asian countries, we have many common cultural values. So when I came here, my family also with me. They don't feel as a foreigners or they think it doesn't big difference between the culture of Philippines and Iran. So we feel very as a second home. We are living here. So students also like this atmosphere.
You mentioned a while ago about married Iranian married to Filipino. Am I correct? So how is it? Is there no prohibition of marrying Iranian to Filipinos?
No, there isn't any prohibition. They can choose it as they like it. So most of these students, they studied here for a long time, so they made a family here also. So we have at this time I think around 300 or maybe more Iranian Filipino families living here.
But they are allowed to marry once or
increasing number.
only one? Yeah.
As a Islamic law, it is possible. But it's up to their pocket.
For practicality,
It depends on their budget.
Yeah, because it's just like our brothers in Muslim brothers, no? They, their marriage quite take multiple, no? Like
what
like
broadcast
four.
in the media is not exactly what the Islam says. As a general, I should say that unfortunately, what media broadcast about Iran, as a general, I say not. I don't want to focus on a special media. Because the political and economical problems of Iran from the early years of the revolution, or maybe during the revolution with some countries, the policy of these countries is based on the Iran phobia. And recently, around 2 decades, Islamophobia is also added to this Iran phobia.
Okay.
So sorry, what is Iran phobia?
To fear the people about the Iran. When they listen and they hear the name of Iran, they think that
so they have this fear of hearing about.
But the reality
Iran.
of Iran is exactly different with what they broadcast in the media, particularly in the West media. So, who went to Iran and visit Iran? When they come back, they say, "Oh, it is."
So how do you erase that negative impression about Iran?
One of the best prevention is that we increase the media cooperation. If, for example, in Philippines, if our friends in media in Philippines get their news directly from Iran, it will be more closer to reality. To get this news from the Western media and broadcast it here. No, many of newspapers and virtual media get their news from the Western resources, Associated Press, Reuters, something. So what they broadcast about Iran, publish from Iran, is not exactly what is the reality of Iran. So we expect from our brothers and sisters in Philippines, in media course, that if it is possible for them, get directly from Iran resources, not from Western resources.
So you're the best resource when it comes to news in your country. So you have the time to explain more about Iran, sir?
Yes. As I mentioned, Iran in the Middle East has more than 1,500,000 square kilometers and more than 90 million population. And
90 million, sir.
90.
Yeah.
And majority of them are Muslims.
Okay.
But we have around 200,000 the other religions, like most of them Christians. So, but these minorities has their own rights to their activities, or the religious activities or social activities. For example, Christian in Iran around 120,000 only. You see the 90 million, 120
very minimal Christians.
But they have 3 members in the parliament.
Really?
In Iran.
Now, sir?
Three members.
Okay.
3 members, they have
Wow.
3 seats they have. But for Muslims, if they want to go to the parliament, each city, for example, around between 500,000 up to 1 million, they have only 1 seat. But these minorities has 3
Yeah,
seats.
that's good.
Jewish
We
has-
have representatives. Yeah.
Yes, Jewish has members in the parliament. Zoroastrian has a member in the parliament. So, and they are free for their own activities based to their religions. And before we say he is Christians or Muslims, we say he is Iranian.
Okay.
So this nationality joined us to be strong.
Okay.
Sir, Iran is an open country, right?
Open country.
Yeah, open for tourism and
Open.
yeah.
Yes, it is open. And
Yeah, there's no
we
prohibition.
have 4 seasons. I brought for you the traveling guide.
Wow.
Wow.
I can say you.
Thank you.
We have 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And
Just like Philippines.
No, we only have
Philippines,
2.
I say 2.
Two seasons
As
only.
I say,
Yeah,
Philippines
sorry.
has 1
Yeah.
season. Most of time we had to switch on the aircon.
Yes, exactly.
But in Iran, no. For example,
Yeah, they have
we are
snow.
in the winter. Tehran is a snowy weather, but in the south you can go to the swim.
Wow. So what is the best place in Iran, sir, for the
It's up to
tourists?
your interesting. If you are interested for the historical places,
Yes.
So what's the best season to go
Isfahan
there?
is very beautiful. Isfahan, maybe you have heard, it is very famous and it is called half of the world.
Okay.
Because it's so beautiful and historical cities.
Wow.
If you go to Shiraz, there's a poem and poets like Hafiz Sadi, maybe you have heard this name, great poets of Iran, or Persepolis Palace in Shiraz. You can see. If you go to the north, you can go to the forest, to the seas, Caspian seas for swimming. If you go to the west of Iran, you can go, for example, for the very nice weather and climate.
Yeah.
So, south of this, yes, in Persian Gulf, we have many also islands like Philippines.
Yeah.
So, Kish Island, Qeshm Island.
Wow.
So you can go and rest for you. So, according to your interesting, you can find the best place in Iran. For
Okay.
If you are in Iran, you can go easily to Saudi Arabia, to Qatar, because it's a neighboring country.
Yeah, they're part of Middle East.
Around, 15 neighbors.
What's the best season to go in
Mga
Iran,
partner,
sir?
let's pause for a while, no? Kailangan natin
Alright.
mag-commercial break. 7:45 na po ng umaga, magbabalik po ang Isyu ng Bayan, makalipas lamang po ang ilang paalala.
That time check was brought to you by Philippine Veterans Bank, a bank with a heart for every Filipino.
Corporation, ISO certified world-class quality.
Sa gitna ng pandemya, palakasin ang
That
resistensya.
news was brought to you
Siguraduhin
by
ang 7 hanggang 8 oras na tulog.
Corporation,
Kumain ng
ISO
masustansya
certified
at
world-class
manalangin.
quality.
Isang paalala mula sa MX3.
Para sa sinina,
Be
naka-approve
extraordinary
sa
with
Suri
MX3.
and John Fabric Conditioner.